I don't like stairs much in my lair. They always make me gasp for air. The joke is that I'm fat. How are you guys doing? Hopefully like my last video, but welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie. We're gonna go into Mumbo's Mountain finally. I'm trying to see if... There we go. The lovely idle animation of those two harassing each other. Gotta love it here. Let's get going. Alright, welcome to the first world, Mumbo's frickin' Mountain. Frickin' may not be included in the title, but it's just a little, pretty small. It's pretty contained, but figured I'd actually at least show this, because I don't think I do this often in the games. Once again, another great song. But there are 3 new moves to learn in this world. Find my molehills and I'll explain. Okay, so let's talk about this. There's kind of unique things in each world, and let's just kind of go through it. So, first up, if you step on that warp pad, that will send you out of the world. You want to be careful to do that, but you also want to know how to get out of here. So that'll be nice. Because it will not save some progress, but save others. Something I didn't do there. Let me see. I think there's a third dude over here. Yeah. Yeah. No. There it is. Okay. Something you can do that's not going to be probably that beneficial in this world, but it's very nice. Honeycombs stay on the ground until you leave the world. So honestly, if you're full health, do not collect them. Save them for later. You can go get health then later on. It's super nice, super just kind of neat to do. But now there's a lot of collectibles to get. So, weird order, we're going to do Mumbo's token first. Me Mumbo's token, used for Mumbo magic. Yeah, this robo-looking skull thing. Doesn't make sense now, but, I mean, there's Mumbo's Mountain we're in, but we're going to meet the titular named man shortly. Up here, they're doing this in like a reverse order, god dang. Yippee, you saved me! Gruntilda has imprisoned 5 of us Jinjos on each world. Free us all to get a Jiggy. So yeah, each world has 10 Jiggies in it, and a few other collectibles. I probably should go over this first. These are notes. Notes are your coins or something like that, whatever, the more minute currency. I'm a note, 1 of 100 on each world. Collect us to open the note doors. We'll see in note doors later, but you do want to collect notes, and honestly trying to get 100 in each one is very helpful. I will say that, so be wary of that, you know? We can go this way first here. So yeah, there's 100 notes in each world to collect. And of course, like a lot of platformers and stuff, they are nice, typically laid out in a nice little pattern for you to collect, like kind of walking on paths to follow or whatnot, or sometimes they're hidden like down here. We'll just actually go take this out right now here. So there's the blue Jinjo. And as the Jinjos are 5 in each world, you can collect them and get a Jiggy. So that is 1 Jiggy in each world. So every world's going to have the 5 Jinjos to collect. So that is another collectible to get. Typically, these games are obviously called the Collect-a-thon platformers if you're familiar with those type of games. But that is obviously a subgenre. I love Collect-a-thon games, especially... I don't know. This one just does it probably my best. And that is probably nostalgia talking. But man, I love... so much about this. We'll get into one, obviously, complaint that is actually, I would say, pretty valid. But I don't know if we'll talk about that soon or when applicable, but yeah. Anyways, that's really all in this water thing, and apparently I also can't walk on bridges. I've fallen off that twice. This bull enemy's weird. Doesn't show up often, but he's kind of invincible. He can't die. You can only knock him out after 2 hits, and he'll get back up shortly. I guess it might be something to teach you about being wary. Also here. Go away! Leave my honeycombs alone! So these honeycomb dudes, whatever you want to call them, I kind of just think of them as like health deposits. They have 3 honeycomb in there, so if you ever find them, make sure you at least memorize their location or even kill them ahead of time and get some health if you need to. Actually gonna skip that for now. And yeah, like this, so like the notes lead cleverly into attractions. Like you can follow the path and it's going to take you to different locations, especially in the early levels. It's very nice, but I don't know. I love how it's just neat level design. You're getting the notes without feeling like you're kind of going out of the way, you know? Here are some termites here. We'll kill them as we can, and we're brutal people. Okay. How do I want to do this? I usually speed through this world, so screw it. We'll go up to the top here. Actually, is this the one I'm thinking of? This might be the one I want to get first, anyways. The talent trot will let Kazooie tackle steep slopes with ease. That sounds useful. How does she do it? Hold Z, then press the left C button. Continue to hold Z while moving Kazooie around with the control stick for practice. So, probably your most important move in the game. Talent trot. A, it's faster than Banjo and normal run, and the steep slopes, as I mentioned. You want to grab that Mumbo's token, they're very helpful. Kind of easily missable, too. Yeah, it is huge. So, like, this little slope right here, we wouldn't have been able to climb up, and kind of teaching us about the talent trot. And pretty much every other thing. Like, I want to say even here. Yeah. So, we can only walk up through the path on here, but now with the talent trot, we can walk anywhere. So, this is going to be our main mode of transportation. Of course, I guess you could say that it's annoying because you constantly have to hear Kazooie's walking. Anyways, you must search for 10 of us on each world. We'll help you progress through the witch's lair. When you're ready to leave this world, return to the start area and stand on the exit pad, which we do not want to do. If you hit the start button here, and the middle one here, this few totals, there's going to be obviously tells us our time in the area, and the main 3 collectibles here are musical notes, jiggies, and the honeycomb pieces. So outside of Sparrow Mountain, there's going to be 2 honeycomb pieces in each world, so it will be a little bit before we get our next health upgrade, but you do want to get those. I think it's very helpful in the long run, especially for the end game. It does get a little bit challenging, I'm not going to lie. I'm not even good at it myself, and I've played this game dozens of times. So those are the main 3. Obviously, there's a few others. Consumable collectibles we'll get into, and that's on this screen here. Eggs, feathers, gold feathers. We will talk about eggs soon. And we already talked about Mumbo token and Jinjos. Mumbo's token, they have a set amount. You do not need to collect every Mumbo token in the game. However, you do want to try to get as many as you can, especially early on, as you'll see eventually. But yeah, we'll go here. I will say the talent trot's a little bit less precise than like the hitbox, because like Kazooie's legs are just very thin. You're moving fast. It's sometimes hard to get in a straight line, or maybe that's just me. Anyways, orange Jinjo gotten. We'll get these eggs since they've been kind of taunting us here, but can't do anything with them yet, but they'll talk to us. Where are the eggs? Kazooie can learn to use us as ammo. Yeah. So, typically when you get into each world, especially when Bottles talks to you, he will tell you of... Oh my god, the camera sometimes. He'll tell you how many moves are in this world. This one, obviously, there were 3, so good to go. Probably get those immediately. Yippee! You've collected enough notes to break the first note door. So, that comes into play once again a little bit later. Good to have, though, so at the very least, you do need to collect 50 notes in Mumbo's Mountain before progressing onto the game. You can't get any farther. Anyways, yellow Jinjo there. Jinjo. 58 there. It's very easy to collect 100 notes in this, so I'd recommend it, too, even if you're not going for 100% note completion. Now, the big thing I've been kind of holding off on is leaving the world. Jiggies are permanent, and your note score is permanent. But if you leave right now, so if I were to leave right now, I would have 64 notes. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to go collect all that again, but it saves your notes and you have to recollect them. This is probably one of the biggest complaints of Banjo-Kazooie, the original, because if you die, it also is the same thing. Collecting all notes can be a pain, especially in some of the later levels. It's tricky to get all the notes. Something like this, A, you're probably not going to die in Mumbo's Mountain, but B, it's just pretty quick to run around. It's a very small level and condensed, which is nice. So, that is obviously a big thing. Obviously, something like Jinjos also will not save, which is less of a detriment, but something to be wary of. So if you collect all 5 Jinjos and get the Jiggy, you're fine. But if you die before collecting all the Jinjos, then you'll have to recollect them all. So also keep that in mind. Everything else, Mumbo's tokens are a one-time pickup, and everything else I believe is replenishable, especially for ammo type of weapons. Here, so. Grow this Conga's tree, me hit bear with oranges. So a few things to do here with Conga here. Don't touch Conga's blocks. Very weird, I gotta be honest, starting puzzle, but I always thought you had to get hit by them as a kid, but if you just hit there and you kind of wait till you hear the throwing sound effect, then you just move out of the way and you won't get hit. I thought you had to take 3 mandatory hits of damage there, because it still actually counts if you do get hit on Conga's block while standing on there and he hits you with the orange. He, she, I'm not too sure. I always thought it was a girl because it looks like a sports bra and maybe lipstick, but whatever. Not like it doesn't matter. Hey, that's Conga's orange. Put it back. Yum! Oranges are nice. Okay. So we'll go over here. And, I guess we don't have that dialogue, but... Not Diddy Kong, unfortunately. Oh, Chimpy like Conga's orange. Chimpy helped Fat Bear and Bird. Yeah, also, Banjo's always called Fat, which, like, haha, funny as a time, but, like... He's not? He's actually, for a bear, he's freaking anorexic, man. Yeah, so you'll get a lot of Jiggies in this level. They kind of just, they hand you a lot of them for free, more or less. And yeah, if you went up to Chippy beforehand, he would have told you he wants an orange, so that was your hint to go grab it, too. So here's another molehill with Mr. Bottles here. Time for the buzzer to learn the ancient ways of the egg. I'm listening, Beetle Breath. Hold Z, then press the top C button to shoot an egg out of your mouth. That sounds cool. Anything else? Sure. Press the bottom C button instead, and you can shoot them out from behind. Sheesh! Sounds painful. I wish I'd never asked. Bird Brain can carry 100 eggs in her backpack. Oh, and you can also use the control stick to aim while you are crouching. Exciting, huh? Now you've learned to use the eggs. Here's 50 to practice with. Which is very nice. Thank you, Bottles. Before we actually go do this, we're gonna go this way, though. A little platforming here for us. And apparently I'm gonna mess up, but Mumbo token here. But something that is also unique in every world is the Grunty switch. So, you wanna do a... We haven't learned a move. I'm an idiot. I'm a freaking idiot. Oh my god. I just assume I have these moves from the start. We'll be back here. I'm gonna have to take a walk of shame back here. Anyways, you go up this way, though. And me safe here. Bear can't hit Conga. So yeah, the little mini boss fight, I guess. But I guess they mean you to practice the eggs by hitting Conga. So he throws an orange at you after these hits here. And I would say, like, just kind of run back a little bit. Oh, that's right, he throws 2. Yeah, Conga, good shot. What? What? Okay, there we go. Bear beat Conga. Me give prize to Bear. Yeah, he throws the orange. Obviously, there's like the double fake out. He sits like this for a bit, but once you go pick up the Jiggy, he's gonna go back to normal Conga and throw oranges at you when you're in his vicinity, so do be careful. He kind of just wastes no time on that, so... Alright. Now let's go up and get our last move, because I'm an idiot. Bump, bump. I mean, I guess we'd have to go back and forth either way, because we needed the egg move over there to go do stuff over on this side, so... either way, we're kind of doing a little bit of backtracking, I guess, so... Alright, well, let's go get the final move, as it's right here. Once again, very easy for us. Sometimes they're a little bit more trickier to find, but typically Bottles' moves are easy enough for you to get early on in the levels, you know? I call this Beak Buster. Jump into the air, then press Z to send Kazooie slamming hard down to the floor. Oh, I don't like the sound of that, Banjo. Get used to it, Nest Girl. You'll be using it a lot. And whoa, Banjo, there's nothing more I can teach you on this world. So he'll tell you when, you know, you learned everything. And if you ever go to his molehill, he'll give you a refresher on that specific move, which is nice, I guess. Another Mumbo token, cool to get, on a honeycomb place. So, kill you. You're in my way. And then, yeah, practice on this. So whatever hut you get, it really doesn't matter because they're in a sequential order. So it's just, the first hut you hit will always have the notes. The second hut you hit will always have eggs. Stuff like that. So you do want to hit all these, as we're going to find out soon. For two reasons, actually. We're going to get two Jiggies back to back, spoiler alert. Then we get a fake out of an enemy here. I guess we did destroy his home. Too bad. So sad. Cry about it. The next one's Jinjo, and that is our last Jinjo. And I get a whole Jinjo, I guess. Jinjo! Alright. So there's 5 Jiggies already halfway done with the world. And this one, if I remember correctly, is a 1-up. That's right. I was going to say Mumbo token, but I was wrong. Okay. And the last one's our Jiggy. Cool. Now going up to here. We juju Mumbo's totem pole. Beat us with nice blue stones. Oh, yeah, actually, that's one of the trickier things to get. So you can actually see a honeycomb piece in there. It's kind of, I don't know if I found this for a long time when playing the game, but anyways, you want to try to hit it in the mouth. The hitbox is always kind of wonky on this level. Like, oh my god, I gotta stand back a tiny bit. This Jiggy is like, I've never had it like work perfectly for me. I feel like it's just like where it decides to hit, but obviously each totem's gonna get faster. But before you get the last one, now is your time to go jump and get this. So it's just kind of tricky because if you do destroy this, you're gonna have to go step outside of the world and do it. Oh my god. Thank you. And a Jiggy. Once again, they hand you Jiggies like it's free in this world, so I guess we'll enjoy it, right? So you just have to leave the world if you lost them for some reason, or you got the thing out there, so. And speaking of handing you a free Jiggy, gulp. Alright, let's go get all the notes on this side of the mountain here. And we're already getting to the end of the world already. It's, once again, very quick. But I think it's great. I don't know. I don't have a problem with Mumbo's Mountain. It's not like, obviously, like a crazy difficult level, but I think it's that perfect first level for a player to teach him, well, all the moves of Banjo-Kazooie. And it's, man, it is absolutely one of my favorite first worlds in the game. You're going to hear my favorite blank in this series a lot, I think. So, I apologize. Okay. Oh yeah, there's another one. God, I forget how many are just in the area here. Like, I remember like most of the Jiggies in each of the levels for the most part, but like in this one, it's like they all blend together because there's just so many that are out. We literally only have one left to get. That's crazy. Okay. Actually, before we go anywhere, I want to go back to that Grunty switch. So, because the last thing we actually have to do is inside the house here. Alright, hit the Grunty switch, and the game looks like it freezes for a second, but we do get this to explode into a puzzle piece. Now, it's not obvious right off the bat here, but you do not want to go grab that right now. A, we can't currently as Banjo, and B, that would be leaving the world. Those are... I guess you could check if we go to view totals here again. It does put you on the thing you're at currently, but if you go to the left here, Gruntilda's Lair. Actually, Spiral Mountain's also here too, which is nice. But Gruntilda's Lair. There's 10 Jiggies in Gruntilda's Lair, and there is a Jiggy that is associated with each of the worlds you're going to go into. So, yeah, that's how you get the rest of them. So there's a Gruntilda switch you have to hit that, and then you're going to have to go back out and get it. But once again, wait until you're done with the level before you bother with the Gruntilda switch. Sometimes you might need something internally, which we'll see shortly as well. I will say this, I guess, while we're going, since I'm not going to cut this, but even, like, the dynamic music in the levels is crazy, because, you know, there's just so much to every level. There's, like, 3 different themes we hear of this, you know, the basic one, then there's this, I guess, stereotypically tribal kind of sounding one, then there's, like, a more jungle-y theme with conga down there. It's cool, though. I like the constant changing of the music. We should go in here because I'm sure you're curious about this, but hey, ugly, no bears allowed in the Ticker's Tower. These are like Ticker termites, I guess, but forget you do always want to go in here first. This is something I always seem to do, but I want to grab that Mumbo token, first up, and then second off, just to see that our Talon Trot is not grippy enough, that slope is too... The slope's too steep, so it's telling us something's off. So we'll go to Mumbo's now and see what's up. Obviously, Mumbo is the shaman we saw in the intro, the skull shaman, once again. A little potentially offensively depicted, but it's too late now, right? Anyways, you go and tie the skull, and there he is. So first I'm going to steal his notes, though, and steal. Something I always recommend in Mumbo's house is check up top. There's almost always a way to get up top, and there's always something up here. In this case, they're eggs. Sometimes you will be missing things like notes or Mumbo tokens, so check it. Oh, I guess I got close enough to him. Me, Mumbo, best shaman in all game. Can't help Banjo win, filthy feathered one. Watch it, hut boy. Mumbo's magic tokens, hid by witch. Find tokens and Mumbo help you. Banjo has plenty tokens. Stand on skull and press B to see mighty Mumbo magic. So yeah, you did need all the Mumbo tokens for this one. And yeah, the asking price is going to get up continuously, so best to get it started out of the way. Once again, you're not going to need everyone in the game, but you at least need them all for Mumbo's Mountain, so just hit B once we're ready. And start transformations. It's a temporary power-up we get to do, but this is the termite power-up, as he'll say. Mumbo's magic, free to change back. You come when you're ready. Termites, big small. What? Not bad for first spell. Mumbo practice needed. So, they have a range of usefulness in the games, in the levels, should I say, but your small, that's really it. The thing it doesn't tell you, you're meant to go explore on your own, is maybe go explore the termite's lair. So, we'll go do that. I guess that's also a good little hint there. I'll walk up in here and, hey, where'd you get those shorts? I want them. So I guess less hostile? They don't really outwardly attack you, but I don't think the tickers ever really do. Anyways, you obviously have a bit more grip to the sides here, but it's going to allow you to climb. This part can be a little tricky with just like how the camera and the platform sit. And then you want to grab these notes, and these should be our last one. Give that cool backpack or else. They still hurt you, so you want to be careful walking into them. Of course, he's standing like right on top of the notes. And there you go. You found all 100 notes on this world. Well done. And also you saw us get a life there too, which is nice, but it's not like that's a efficient way to grind out notes. So unlike, you know, Mario games where there's more than 100 coins, there's exactly 100 notes though. Anyways, we'll just keep climbing up this tower. And usually there's at least one Jiggy associated with each of the power-ups in the level, if they're in the level. They're not, Mumbo's not in every level, so something to be wary of. I guess, not wary of, but I guess if you're looking and you're just that curious, like, why can I find Mumbo in World 2? Because, spoiler alert, he's not in World 2. But at the top of this mountain is our last Jiggy. This is probably going to be the last one you get, and I always find this cool. Being the one that you're probably going to get last, or I typically get last on my run-through of this game. It's just at the top of the world, or top of the level, you know? I get to view everything, and it's nice. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Anyways. We get a cool little jingle there for saying we got all the Jiggies. There's actually an animation there that you probably won't see because, once again, well, I've seen a lot of people get this as the last Jiggy, and there's only an animation that is done when you're in Banjo-Kazooie mode. So I guess that could be a speedrunning tactic where you can skip animations. So there's our second honeycomb there. You can get that whenever, really. I've gotten that Banjo-Kazooie, but you obviously have a little bit more leeway, because if I were to hit this and slide through, I'd have to climb back up, but this at least has the climb ability to not worry about that. But I know there's this Jiggy right here, so you could do that as a speedrunning tactic to just hop up and try to get that, because it skips the animation, so... And not that I'm a speedrunner, or not good enough at any video game to ever be a speedrunner, but it's something that saves seconds, and I know that's huge. I do like watching speedruns, so they're fun. Now we'll also answer the question, what happens when you leave? Grunty's magic stops you taking the notes off the world, but the 100 you just collected counts as your best note score. Try to get 100 on each world, as they are needed to open the note doors. Yeah, so once again, that is the downside of you dying. It does count as you leaving the world, unfortunately, so you gotta be careful, and it does suck in many levels. Anyways, you're gonna want to get this termite, because this is probably gonna be still steep for Banjo-Kazooie, but I like to just do that because it also saves you time, because you don't actually have to go back to Mumbo and transform if you don't want to. So, Mumbo magic get weak. Animal turn back, or magic go. Mumbo magic all gone. Must go back to bear and bird now. So yeah, it is also a nice mechanic to learn, because you can take the power-ups out, and sometimes it is very helpful and, well, needed. So, you understand that too. And I guess lastly here, the enemies, now that we've entered the world for the first time, enemies related to that world usually spawn out in the area, so there's just like a little lone termite hanging out here. That's really it. Yeah, but that was Mumbo's Mountain. Obviously short, even with like me kind of going at a typical slower pace than I usually do. It's less than 30 minutes. I could do that in sub 20 minutes. It's a short world. But I don't know, perfect for an introduction, because I think it's nice that you can 100% the first world in the game like that. We're now climbing up this slope here. We got another honeycomb thing if you were needing the health, and then here's Bottles to tell us about the note doors. This is a note door sealed by Grunty with one of her powerful musical spells. Open it then, Jam Jars. It's not that simple to open it. You must collect the musical notes from the worlds. How many do we need? The number on the door is the strength of the spell. The combined total of all your best note scores from the worlds must be at least this to break Grunty's magic. When you open a world door, baddies escape and roam once more. Your energy is a little low. I'll fill it up for you. Yeah, I forgot. If you talk to Bottles like that, he will fill up your energy if you ever need it. Like that. It also works in the levels when you're learning moves from him, which is kind of neat. So yeah, for this world, it is just your best note score, and it combines everything together. So in the second world, if I were to get literally 2 musical notes, it would be, my best note score would be 102. That comes into play throughout the game, so... Cool. Now we do a little jig for opening up the note door. You'll never have to open it again. As you see, it doesn't subtract from our note score. It's just like a threshold to hit more than anything. But honestly, that might be another good stopping point, as we will explore the rest, or not the rest, another portion of Gruntilda's lair, and maybe try to find the second world. But we did all of Mumbo's Mountain, so once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. So, pieces.